It is one of the most iconic cars ever made. Even if you aren't a muscle car enthusiast, there are chances that you will recognize the Mustang as one of the all-time greats. Hello and welcome to yet another DubiCars video, and in today's edition we are looking at the Mustang GT from صحارى Motors. So let's get to it. There you have it, the iconic pony logo. That was where the Mustang began so many years ago, and it still remains, thankfully. And well, you got a nice splitter up front, you got this muscular look. That's what gives this car the character it has. You got these lines, muscular lines on the bonnet, and also around the flared wheel arches help, and so do the vents on the bonnet. It's a really nice looking car, and there are no two ways about it. Even though the Mustang has now got a new 2024 design, the older 2022-2023 generation, well, it still looks great. Now let's take a look at the wheels. So these are 19-inch wheels, classy 5-spoke wheels that at the end splits into two. However, it is only an illusion. It doesn't split into two, it just gets thicker. And then you've got the 5.0 badging. Now that is the explanation for what's under there. That's a monstrous 5-liter engine. We'll get to that in just a bit. You've got dual tone on the rear view mirror. Usually on a Mustang you would expect to find stripes, maybe even flames, and it will be shot in different colors. It'll be decked in a lot of attractive, fancy, bright colors. But this one in white, well, it looks very understated, very classy, very subtle, and yet it looks so attractive. Boot lip spoiler, very understated yet very classy, just like the rest of the car, again decked in white. And then this part contrasting in black, the iconic, classy and instantly recognizable 3-slat tail lamp, the GT badging, the quad exhaust outlets, and that pretty much sums up the rear end. Under the bonnet is a monstrous 5-liter direct fuel injection engine, and it produces around 450 horsepower, and 0 to 100 km per hour comes up in just 4.4 seconds. It goes on to a top speed of well over 260 km per hour. It is top-notch performance, and you have to agree it is rear-wheel drive only, so well, it does get a bit slippy, slidey. You also have limited slip differential, so that makes it a bit more easier to drift it, let's just say. So that's it in terms of performance. This has been iconic, and with such specs it will remain iconic. Now we're inside the Mustang GT, and well, it's an old school interior. You've got a really chunky steering wheel. You can feel that it's old school. Even the buttons on it are pretty old school. You've got different inlays with the aluminum inserts, and then you've got the paddle shifters. Now these paddle shifters can be used to fly through the 10 speeds of the gearbox. Yes, it's got a 10-speed transmission. Of course it's automatic, but then you can switch it into sports mode and do the shifting yourself. Back there you've got an old school style screen. Yes, it is a screen. There is no physical tacho or speedo. However, the display changes with the mode. For example, in normal mode you've got the standard tacho and speedo, but then when you switch to sport mode or track mode, well, it changes the whole graphic setting of the screen, and that is something really cool. That's something we like. And finally you come to the center console. You got these massive AC vents, 3 of them right in between, and then we get to the screen. Now this screen is what makes this car smart. It's the powerhouse of the interior. It's the only thing in here that really isn't old school. In fact, this screen, well, you've got connectivity to an app. It's got Ford's Sync 3 system, so you can connect to a smartphone app. Finally, you've got all these switches and buttons. Again, very old school. It feels old school. It even looks that way. And these switches are something that we really like. They are milled aluminium, and so is this engine start-stop button. You got a bulbous gear lever, and that pretty much sums up the center console. There is one more thing that we really like in here, and that is the Mustang, and this logo is inset into this whole dashboard. However, it might not be just as modern as you might want it to be. So that was a classic Ford Mustang from صحارى Motors. If you liked it, do let us know in the comment section below. And if you want to find this Mustang from صحارى Motors and more like it, head to the DubiCars app or to dubicars.com and find it right now. That's it from us for now. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.